Did you know that Riggs' last job, before he was the CEO of OriginOil, he was cyber defender? Did you know that? Yeah, he was the chief operating officer of Cyber Defender.
Well, after his family got out of the pie business, because nobody wants that berry.
Wow.
Wow. Did you get it?
Yeah. The Eckleberry?
The Eckleberry.
Yeah, Eckleberry pie.
Yes.
From Eckleberry, North Carolina.
Yes.
That's right.
Great family.
Riggs Eckleberry, the CEO, chairman of the board of OriginOil. OriginOil.com is their website. They're a publicly traded company under the symbol OOIL. Innovative technology making it possible to clean and reuse our most precious resource, water. And boy, in the state of California, Riggs, before we get to the great things that are happening at OriginOil, boy, I just started thinking, the worse it gets for the drought in California, Riggs, the better it could be for OriginOil if you guys just add another vertical to your business model, and that would be reclaimed agricultural water. How you doing, man?
Oh, I'm doing great, and I'm so glad that we've got Rusty back because I can actually play off somebody. This is I need the dynamic.
It's not all business now.
That's good.
This is enjoyment for him.
We'll talk to you later about that recipe for the family pie.
For the Eckleberry pie.
Thank you, the Eckleberry pie.
Riggs, you know, of course, we have a water issue here in California, not just Southern California, and we obviously the mandated water restrictions to deal with the drought that Jerry Brown has put up. Some people think that you know they're moronic. Other people think that they're absolutely necessary. I mean, something has to be done. You know, he put $1 billion plan into place. Part of it includes like $600 million of the billion includes flood control. Not really sure how that works with the drought thing, but this week he ordered mandatory water restrictions for the first time in our history, saying that our 4-year drought has reached crisis proportions, and so he signed an executive order and directed the State Water Resources Control Board to impose a 25% reduction on our 400 local water supply agencies, which serve 90% of our residents. Now, I started thinking, what does OriginOil do? Riggs, for the people that don't know what you guys do, talk about what you guys do for a second. I want to tie this story together and see if I could now be the vice president of mandatory water restrictions technologies for OriginOil, because I think it's a whole new model for you. Yeah. Tell people what you guys do.
Well, I would tell my vice president of mandatory water restrictions that California has huge amounts of water that is going to waste. Just one example that we've been talking about in this show is the produced water that is created coming out of the bottom of the earth, but well below the aquifer, that oil companies pump out every single day, 7, 8, 10 barrels of water for every barrel of oil they create, and they take it, strip some of the oil off and put it right back in disposal wells, big salt domes, and that's not necessary. That water can be cleaned, but we haven't had the technology in this industry to do it in a cost-efficient way. So you have showcases. For example, Chevron's got a great showcase up in the Kern River Valley that has an 8-mile pipeline to the local water district, but they clean the water with great expense and all kinds of charcoal filters and so forth. What is needed is a solution to clean vast amounts of water cheaply and fast.
So the idea is, okay, so let's tie what do you think OriginOil does, Russ?
Cleans water cheaply and fast.
Thank you. Wow.
I got this.
Thank you, Riggs. We'll see you next week, everybody.
Bye.
That's it. I mean, honestly, could it be? Now, listen, I know that we're simplifying this, and I know, look at you guys.
I think you need that, though, to explain to people kind of what you do first off. And then you can go technical, but we clean water.
Yeah, you guys clean water. Riggs, what's the deal, man? And I know, and I do want to talk about what they're doing. As far as the business goes, there's some very exciting things happening elsewhere. But just real quickly, Riggs, couldn't you guys make a call to Jerry, to Governor Moonbeam, and just say, hey, I got an idea. Will you sit and talk to me? I have to believe that you have a solution for
Linda
this.
Ronstadt's going to be there.
Okay, Rusty, that's for sure. And I want to see Linda. But seriously, it's a process. Sacramento is, let's just call it a process, okay? So how do we go about this?
Yeah.
We don't go about this by sitting in the lobby of the State House and be lobbyists. What we do is we work with local service companies that are already cleaning water, that are already going to get these contracts, that are Because we don't want to try and become a player in California, which will take another 10 years.
Right.
The Republicans have been trying for a long time, and it hasn't worked very well.
How about biker gangs? Do you need help from some biker gangs?
By the way, yeah, because that's
help.
why Riggs is a CEO, by the way. Because I'd be like, hey,
I can clean water cheaply and efficiently.
Outside the governor's mansion. And
Governor, that weird man.
Yeah.
it's outside.
The end of the world is coming.
The pie maker.
OriginOil, OriginOil.com. In fact, show the website here for a second because I want to show the three sort of verticals that they have. OOIL is their stock symbol. OriginOil.com is the website.
There it is, yeah.
But what's interesting is you're in the petro sector, the algae sector,
and another sector. Let's just call it another sector.
the waste sector.
Oh God. So gross.
And some exciting. And by the way, Rick, just about the technology, your technology, the electro-water separation technology that you guys have created, that's proprietary, right? How many years did it take to do that, and how many patents resulted as a byproduct of your work?
Sure. Well, we have about 29 applications and wending their way through. In fact, we were just granted one last week. What basically the technology is 100% in-house, developed by our wild and crazy scientist, Nicholas Eckelberry, whom we've had on this show.
Yeah.
And, we have this. Imagine if you could somehow resonate all the water and somehow cause all the contaminants to drop out. Yeah. That's what we do.
Yeah.
Hey, very quickly, Riggs, I want to talk about a fantastic press release that we saw this week on you. Let me read the headline. OriginOil Hong Kong signs first strategic agreement with Puresino Science and Technology. It's an equipment arm of a major wastewater solutions company called Potent Enviro. Talk about that's very big. That's a very big piece of news there.
It's a huge piece of news. Puresino, pure Chinese, pure Sino, is a large equipment manufacturer for an even larger group called Potent Environment, and Potent has divisions all over the country. Something that we were not able to put in the release, which I will tell your listeners now, is that Potent is a division of an even larger company called Fosun. And Fosun last year purchased Club Med for $1 billion.
What? Wow. There's a lot of water there too.
Yeah.
All right. So and of course there's a huge opportunity there for electro-water separation in that China market.
Well, there's a huge opportunity because China has devoted a third of $1 trillion to water cleanup this year alone. Just this year.
That's some kind of money.
That is money.
Thank you, Riggs. Will you get your butt down here again someday soon? We miss you down here, buddy.
I tried that experiment at home. What you do is you bathe a dog in a big bathtub, get the water swirling, throw a toaster in there, take a pasta skimmer, pull it off, bam, you can drink that water right there. Right there.
Rusty's water separation. Right. RWS. Same shortly after EWS. Big Biz Show, BigBizShow.com. Thanks, Riggs. Riggs Eckelberry, OriginOil, OriginOil.com. Their stock symbol OOIL.